Now we continue to talk about PaidaLajin self-healing. This is part 2. Here are a few key concepts about self-healing. First, forget or ignore the disease names, because these disease names are mostly defined according to the symptoms rather than the cause or the reason for the diseases. So sometimes they're misleading. For example, if you're given the name diabetes, you most probably focus on lowering the sugar level. But in fact, if you are given the name diabetes, you in fact have more diseases or more problems than just the sugar level issue. Or you might also say sugar level is only one of the many symptoms, which means you have problems or the blockages on your meridians of heart, which means you also have heart disease, and also the blockages on your kidney, liver, gallbladder, spleen, big and small intestine, etc. So in one word, these diseases are mostly called complex diseases. Or you may say, if you're given one disease name, you most probably have 10 or 15 or even 20, 30 diseases. When I say disease, we would use the word blockage. So there are many blockages on different meridians. So why do you focus on lowering the blood sugar only while ignoring all the other blockages, such as your heart, pericardium, liver, kidney, and so on? So since a disease is a complex disease, we should unblock all these blockages, which means whatever healing is called, it must be a holistic healing. You have to do it all. You cannot just focus on one. And that being the case, you have to find out the reasons or where exactly they are blocked. But for most of the diseases, as we mentioned, they have blockages on almost all the major meridians. So we'd better do it all to cleanse all of them. This is why we use the word antivirus software. So your meridian system or your self-healing system is almost like antivirus software. Once you do the PaidaLajin, it activates your self-healing system or the qi or the energy in your body. So the energy begins to scan your whole body. Wherever it is blocked, it is a disease. And then you will face all kind of pain or numb and sore. So we use another word to describe this. That is carpet bombing. This is a word used during Vietnam War for bombing. That means you bomb every inch. So here, since we have 14 major meridians, we'd better do it all. That is from head to toe. Okay. Of course, when you do the PaidaLajin, you will face pain. So many people are afraid of pain. Some people even hate pain. In fact, pain is a gift from God or from the Creator. Why? First of all, pain protects you throughout your life. It works or serves as a protection line. It protects you from all kinds of dangers. For example, if you get close to fire, you have the pain, right? So you stay away from the pain. That is the typical case, okay? So it is a protection. Without this protection, you may have been damaged or hurt for many times without even knowing. Number 2, pain is also the most accurate diagnosis. Wherever you have the pain, you have the disease, or you can say you have the blockage. So this kind of diagnosis is more accurate than any machine you've ever met. Number 3, pain is also healing. When you do the PaidaLajin, during the pain, you will feel your body will get warmer and warmer, and you can feel the energy is activated. So once the energy is activated, the fixing or the healing happens. And more importantly, pain is like a direction. It's like a GPS. Wherever you have the pain, the energy will go there to help you to fix the problem. So during the pain, according to the Chinese medicine, the yang energy will increase while the yin will decrease. So when the yang energy increases, the yin automatically and naturally decreases so that it's balanced. So it's easy to explain. If you use the mainstream theory, it's also easy to explain. So during the pain, the endocrine system works in its best way. So in the pain, all kinds of new hormones will appear, will be generated, while the bad hormones or unwanted hormones by your body will be deleted. How do you know this? You can check it out with all the machines and equipment in modern science, in the hospital, in the laboratory. You can check your sugar level, your hypertension, your blood pressure, your urine, your hormones, your insulin, everything you can check with the machines. Which means during the pain, all these hormone changes will happen. Or in other words, PaidaLajin as a physical action will cause all kinds of chemical and biological changes. And these changes can be checked out through all the scientific method and the machines. Number 4, pain also works as the best way to prevent. Occasionally when you do the PaidaLajin, within your range, of course, of tolerance, the pain will help you circulate the energy better, enhance your energy better, higher. Then all the small diseases will disappear, and all the possible big diseases will be prevented from happening at all, will be stopped there. So this is also the best prevention. Now the last concept, probably the most important one, is healing crisis. If you look at the river in dry season without any rain, even if there is a dam on the river, the pressure will not be that high. But if it is raining season, the flooding will happen. So the water flows will be much, much bigger. So the dam or the blocked area will face much, much bigger pressure. And that kind of pressure can be used to generate electricity. So you can see it's a kind of energy. But now, when you do the PaidaLajin, it's the same as the river. All this energy in your body will increase a lot when you do PaidaLajin. So all the energy movement in your meridian system will be much, much stronger. Thus, all the blocked areas will face much bigger pressure. So you will have all kinds of suffering feelings such as pain, numb, sore, coughing, and even fainting away. This is what we call healing crisis. But please keep in mind, this is one of the best gifts from God. The healing crisis means the healing is happening, or the yin and the yang, or in a more simplified way, the good energy and the bad energy, they're fighting with each other. Or the energy is struggling through the blocked areas by the yin, by the blockages. So that's how healing happens. So actually, healing crisis is the natural part of the healing itself. So whenever you have the healing crisis, please be grateful. Don't hate healing crisis. In fact, the bigger the healing crisis, the better the healing effect. Now, we know we should do what we call carpet bombing from head to toe. That is, we do the Paida on every inch of our body. But The problem is we never have enough time. So these are the 4 areas we call general areas to begin with. So if you don't have time, you can always begin by doing Paida on those 4 areas. That is the elbows, 2 elbows, 2 hands, and 2 knees, and 2 feet. The reason for giving or for beginning to Paida on these areas are very simple. Number one, these areas are very carefully selected because they have covered major meridians in our body. Furthermore, they have covered the major and all the key acupoints in our body, which is very important. Or you may also say, or imagine, these areas are basically the joints. It's like the curved area of a river where most of the garbage accumulates. So whenever you do this area, the cleansing or the detox will be much more effective. If you understand the meridian system, you can actually check against the meridian chart. You can find out more about their relationship between these general parts and every single organ of your body. So after doing all these 4 general areas, then you can do the whole body. Depending on your time, you may do it in 5 minutes or even 5 hours. It's up to you. Here's how we do on the elbows. You can do it by yourself, or you can also do it Paida on each other. This is on the knees, but the knees are a little bit more complicated. This is the front knee. You also have the side, both sides, and also back of the knee. For the back of the knee, you'd better do on each other. That is more effective and convenient. And also have the hands and the feet. Foot is a bit more complicated. You have the inner side and outside of the ankle, and also the back and the bottom of the foot. This another reason for picking up these 4 general areas is because for feet and hands are the areas where all the meridians begin or end. During doing PaidaLajin, you'd better do it in a meditative way. You'd better close your eyes and concentrate. And you can talk to your body with those 4 sentences. I'm sorry, forgive me, thank you, I love you. These are 4 words from the American book, Zero Limit. They are very good, and by doing so, it's like a communication between your body and your heart, because your bodies are sick because of you, because of your behavior and your performance and your thinking before. Now it's time to harmonize your body and your mind and your soul and your heart. Half of the population is women. So many ladies ask the question, can we directly Paida breasts? We didn't know at the beginning, but after being practiced by some women, and they found great healing effect. For example, one lady at the beginning, she had a tumor as big as an egg. She did Paida directly on the breast, on the tumored area, and of course it was very painful, and also a lot of scar appeared, but she just did again, very painful. But then what happened? The tumor in the breast became smaller and smaller. Within 1 month, it totally disappeared. So now, since we put this testimonial on our website, people from the ladies from all over the world began to directly slap on the breasts. And furthermore, we discovered slapping on the breasts not only heals self-healing, self-heals all kinds of breast cancer and breast tumor problems, but also many other problems such as depression, insomnia, thyroid problem, uterine fibroid, and many other problems. Why? Because there are 9 major meridians going through the breasts, such as heart, pericardium, liver, and even stomach meridian go through the breast. So in one word, slapping directly on the breasts use many problems, especially the problems related with the lady's breasts and the womb and the heart. What about broken vessels? This is the question raised by many people. Some people, after seeing the Tsar, might think, okay, are the vessels broken? The answer is no, 99% no. But sometimes it is necessary to break it, especially for some serious skin problems, such as psoriasis or some very itching problems. You'd better slap until the skin is broken so that the poison or toxin, the blood or liquid will be expelled out of your body. Then you have a new skin. Then the healing will be much better. And also for some people with very serious heart disease or very high blood pressure, when you did slapping on the inner side of the elbow, the skin will automatically become broken. So if it is broken, don't panic. Why? This is a gift, because the healing will be even much better. Throughout history, in different civilizations, bleeding, let blood out is actually a natural method, but here we don't purposely break the skin until it's bleeding. If it is broken, it's broken. It all happens naturally. You just do it naturally. You don't have to do it purposely until it is a very serious skin problem such as psoriasis. Now, where to begin with when teach other people or even do it on yourselves? We always recommend knee, because legs and the knees are, most of the serious problems accumulate first. See, all people when they get old, the problems always start from their legs. See, they will have walking problems first. So this is a typical case. When I did the first seminar in face of 1,000 people in Singapore, I invited anyone from the audience to come here if they have a lower back pain or knee pain. So one 72-year-old man came up. So just right in front of the 1,000 people, we did Lajin stretching. You can see from this photo, and then we slap. Where to begin with? Even if the pain is knee pain, or the whole leg's pain, and also the lower back pain, we always begin with the knees, especially the back of the knee first. So just about 20 minutes. Now you can see, after that, the gentleman already no longer used the 2 walking sticks. But the real happening was actually more dramatic. It appeared in the following day's Singapore newspaper. When you can see, when the gentleman first came up, he was helped by 2 people, you see, to get up on the stage. After doing PaidaLajin, he began to run, you see. Then all of a sudden, he became Bruce Lee. Okay, this is out of our expectation. If it happened, it just happened. So 2 years later, when I came to Singapore again to do another speech, I saw him in the front line. So I invited him to be on the stage and to give his own presentation. You can see he packed all these newspapers in those days in the plastic. And even until now, he's in perfect shape. I later on gave him an interview. He told me that day was actually the day he was supposed to have a surgery in the hospital. But somehow he, guided by God maybe, he came to our seminar, and then he got away from the surgery and also from the walking sticks. Now, in the whole world, there are probably more than 50 countries or territories where people are doing PaidaLajin. This is in India, okay? This is the first Lajin bench in India. This is in Taiwan. I even made a speech in Taiwan's Congress. This is for the Taiwan University. This is in Singapore's International Exhibition Center. This is in Penang, Malaysia. This is a workshop in Switzerland. This is a workshop in Germany, in Hamburg. This is for a company, German company, Bosch. I did 13 seminars for this company alone. because so many people, almost to say maybe 90% of people working with the computer every day, so they have what we call computer syndrome. That is, they have neck problem, frozen shoulders, lower back pain, insomnia, etc. So you simply put a lodging bench in the office. You do it every 2 hours or 1 hour. It's excellent healing, and it greatly increased work efficiency and decreased the leave for sickness. And even for the Muslim mosque. So far I've been doing all kinds of seminars and talks, not only in the Christian church, but also in Catholic church, and Buddhist temples, and also in the mosques for Muslims. Because PaidaLajin is only simply a lifestyle. It is not a religion. It is not even a medical treatment. You can do it. You don't need a license. You can do it anywhere, anytime. This is in South Africa's old age home. It's very, very popular. This is also for a small kingdom called Lesotho. I even gave a private session for His Majesty the King of Lesotho. And after giving a private session for the Archbishop, I was invited to give seminars at the nursing school. This is all the Catholic schools, okay, and also for different doctors. This is in Switzerland. Some of them are Western medical doctors, some of them are Chinese medical doctors, but they all love PaidaLajin because PaidaLajin can be combined with all the methods they are already using, no matter it's herbal medicine or kinesiology or acupuncture or chiropractic. It all works. And also especially good for the yoga people and the Tai Chi practitioners. Why? Because if you have some injuries or some pain problems, PaidaLajin will really, really help you a lot. So my dream is simply make everyone one's own healer. You can do it all by yourself. So every family has a healer or have more than one healer. Oh, what a beautiful world that will become. Now we come to talk about Lajin, okay? Because PaidaLajin means you have Paida, that is Latin, and you also have Lajin, okay? Lajin, two Chinese characters. La means stretch. Jin means ligaments or tendons. We do Paida and Lajin because we have Jinsuo. Jinsuo means contraction or atrophy or degeneration of the function of Jin, okay? Lajin means to stretch the ligaments. And in China, we have a very famous saying, extending the Jin or the tendons by 1 inch will prolong your life by 10 years. This old lady got very serious knee and lower back problem when she was 90 years old. So after doing PaidaLajin, she has been doing better and better. All her problems are basically gone. So you can see, now she's 96 years old. She can do better than most of the people who are younger than she is. This is a 65-year-old gentleman. You can see his legs are kind of all shrinked. It's like a shrimp, we say. This is called Jinsuo. These are the people who are in the 40s or 50s. You can see from their, see, here, you can see from their postures how serious they have got the Jinsuo or tendon contraction. These are all the symptoms related with the Jinsuo, from neck stiffness to the pain problems on the lower back, on the leg, on the knee, or the frozen shoulders, to all these kind of chronic diseases. In one word, all diseases are related to Jinsuo or to the contraction of the ligaments. From normal disease to serious chronic disease, or even to all kinds of known, unknown pains, they're all related with Jinsuo. Okay, so this is why we should do Paida. In addition to Paida, we should also do Lajin. This is the most typical or most frequently used posture for doing lajin. We call it reclining position. Now, if you look at the baby, a newborn baby is very young. It's very flexible. So if you put a baby or young boy or girl here, it's a piece of cake. They can do it easily and for a long time. But when they get older and older, their body get harder and harder and more stiffness. And when you get very old, like 60s, 70s, or 80s, or you even get hunchbacked. So this is why we do lajin. This reclining position is the best way. 99% of the population will use this one first. And you'd better use it with a lajin bench. You can also do it on 2 chairs, but that is not very safe, and it's also not very comfortable. Another way to do lajin is for your shoulders. You can simply do it on the door frame at home. Squatting is also a beautiful way, and probably one of the most beautiful positions for doing lajin. We call it toilet position, because this is the most natural way for human beings to go to toilet. But now we are so-called civilized by sitting on the toilet. That is actually uncivilized, because by doing so, we are stripped off of a basic human right, lajin. Because when you squat, you are already doing lajin. But now many people, when they're not so old, they can no longer do the squatting position. So just imagine, if you're old or if you're sick, you cannot do the squat. Even if you go to the toilet, you have to be helped by others. That is not a good way of life, with much dignity. For those who have neck problems, you can sleep on the lajin bench or a chair or a bed like this. You lean your arms and head, especially the neck, out of the edge. Then the gravity will pull it down. That is kind of stretching. And another most convenient way is just by sleeping without pillows. So now, for years, I've been sleeping without pillows. And it's very good for your neck. Now you can see many people are doing the squatting, okay, together. Whenever you have time, you can do it anywhere, at home, or even in a railway station, airport, whenever you get a chance, because it's so easy. Another good way is what we call standing. You just stand on the board. You have several steps. You can do the easy one, the middle one, and the most difficult one. This is extremely good for stretching all the meridians and the ligaments on the foot and also on the legs. From this photo, in our Pennsylvania workshop, you can see in the workshop, people are divided into different groups. You can do the lajin on the lajin table, on the lajin benches, and on the standing board, and also by simply squatting. What about pregnant women? Many ladies raise this question. I didn't know that at the beginning, but then some ladies told me, okay, during the pregnancy, they had many problems such as feel like vomiting or skin problem, swollen problem, insomnia, etc. So you can simply do the Paida. Of course, you can do the Paida on 4 limbs, on 4 general areas. Except the stomach, you can almost slap everywhere. But now what about lajin? Same, you can do lajin. These 2 ladies from the United States, they have been doing PaidaLajin throughout their pregnancy. So it virtually healed all the problems, self-healed all the diseases they encounter during the pregnancy. But the most important thing comes when the labor really happens. So when it's time to get the babies out, it's like drinking a cup of tea. Why? It takes mostly half an hour, then it's done. So it's easy. Why? Because when you do the PaidaLajin all the time, the passage has become more and more flexible. And also the babies in the womb have been playing with mom every day during the PaidaLajin because it's like playing the drum, or it's like dancing with the rhythm. So they all love it. We call this PaidaLajin baby. All these PaidaLajin babies, which means during the pregnancy, their mother have been doing PaidaLajin. So once this kind of babies are born, number one, they're very healthy, and number two, they all live PaidaLajin naturally. These are the books for PaidaLajin, okay, in English and also in Chinese, in Indonesian, different Indian languages, German, Spanish, yeah, and more than 10 languages now. The ebook can be easily available from Amazon. You can just input the name, PaidaLajin Self-Healing. For more information, you can get from YouTube, Facebook, and we have also a PaidaLajin website in English and Chinese, and also a pailala.org. By the way, some people ask me about the children's problem. In fact, PaidaLajin, especially Paida sleeping, works even better on the kids than on the adults. Why? Because the children, especially the babies, only several months, they don't have any education. They don't have any knowledge, so they don't have any judgment. They just 100% absorb the energy given by their parents. And for the children, you don't have to do a carpet bombing. Most of the problems, you can just focus on slapping the spine, the whole spine, for half an hour. For example, if a baby has a fever, or coughing, or diarrhea, you just very gently slap on the spine, on the whole spine. For other problems, if it is more serious, you can maybe do a little bit more on the 4 general areas too. Okay. For more information, you can also get on some of the app we have got so far, either in Chinese or in English. There are videos, there are Q&As, and also many thousands of case studies. Okay, you can do it through the search engine. Thank you.